Only a few years ago, brand managers were firmly in control of what we as consumers consumed. All messages were outbound through TV, radio, print advertising, email or direct mail. Marketing and advertising was designed to be disruptive, to interrupt our day, extolling the brand virtues and enticing us to buy. But this kind of advertising is expensive. To really tap into the subconscious of our minds, brands needed to repeat their messages over and over again, conditioning us to make that purchase. Some would say brainwashing. This used to be how big brands were made. Think of Coca-Cola, McDonald's or Guinness. But the consequence of all this noise was that many of the smaller players with better products or services couldn't afford to compete, and as a result found it very difficult to get a foothold. Over the past few years, this way of working has been completely turned on its head. With the rise of digital, big brands suddenly find themselves on a level playing field with smaller, smarter and more innovative companies. And as a result, many of the seemingly invincible big brands are beginning to topple. Take HMV, Woolworths and Jessop's, for example. Instead, small brands are making their mark by taking advantage of social engagement. And against all the odds, they are today's winners. Think of Reggae Sauce, Gangnam Style and Blendtec. The day of the small business is here, but only if they seize the social online revolution and become part of the conversation. The fact is that 81% of us do our research online before we make a significant purchase. It's not just that we want to be sure of getting the best price, although that's obviously important. We also want to see what our choices are, what other products or services are out there, and what other people are saying about them. What we find and how well it's presented directly influences what we buy offline. This logic applies to both business and consumer customers. In fact, business customers are even more prolific devourers of online content. The most important thing is to be where your customers are looking when they're ready to make a purchase. None of us likes to feel as if we're being sold to. We like to feel we're the ones in the driving seat, doing our own research and making our own decisions. Brands need to be clever with their online content. It needs to be engaging, informative, and optimized so it gets found. Only then will they be able to influence and guide customers, just at the point where they're looking to spend.